All right, so are you ready to jump into Insta Millionaire with me today?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Okay, great. But we're not just like recapping the plot or anything like that. We are really going deep here today. We're going to be dissecting these characters, their motivations, what it all says about society.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like social commentary, but with a fictional twist, right?
Well, and it's fascinating how fiction can kind of hold up that mirror to reality.
Yeah.
We start to analyze characters, like in this case we have Alex,
Yep.
right? Yeah, we can then unpack those bigger themes. Wealth disparity, social dynamics, the price of ambition.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So let's drop in on our protagonist, Alex, at, of all places, a bank. And he's secretly loaded, but he's not dressed for the VIP room, let's just say that.
Right. And that's where things get so interesting because, like, the bank employee, Karen, she instantly judges him based purely on his appearance.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost a textbook example of how quickly we make assumptions about people based only on what we see.
Yeah, and it's so true. And you can practically see her, like, rolling her eyes at his student discount vibes, right? But buckle up, because things are about to take a hilarious turn when Alex whips out his supreme card. You know, the one that screams, "I could buy this bank and not even bat an eye."
Oh, yeah. The bank manager, Robert.
Yeah.
He nearly loses it trying to recover from that whole encounter. We talk about awkward. But it is a really stark illustration, though. Even if it is comical, it shows how money can, like, instantly shift those power dynamics. Suddenly, Alex goes from being completely ignored to practically being worshipped.
It's true, and it really makes you wonder, how does Alex react to all of a sudden fawning? You know, he's being treated like royalty now.
It is interesting, and that is the most intriguing part. Because despite all of that, all the groveling, Alex stays surprisingly grounded. Like, he doesn't throw his weight around at all.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to revel in Robert's discomfort. So it begs the question, is this like inherent kindness? Or is there something else there? Is there more calculated strategy at play? What do you think?
It's like he's got this hidden depth to him, this quiet strength, and it goes way beyond just his newfound fortune, you know?
Totally. And it's that complexity, that underlying complexity, that makes him such a fascinating character to unpack.
Yeah.
Like, is he going to let his wealth change him?
Yep.
Or will he stay true to himself? I mean, we're just scratching the surface here.
Yeah.
This is going to be good.
It is. So,
Okay.
okay, let's get into it. But hold on, because our deep dive into Insta Millionaire, it takes us from the polished marble floors of that bank, right? to the, let's just say, less forgiving social jungle of Preston University.
Yeah. And this is really where the story, I think, it digs into the complexities of, human relationships, right? We see how wealth, or the lack of it, can really impact those connections, even the most intimate ones.
Yeah, because while Alex might have sort of conquered the financial world, with this newfound fortune, he is about to get a very harsh lesson in love and loyalty.
Right. And very quickly, too.
Very quickly. This is Insta Millionaire.
Exactly.
Things change fast.
Yeah. And in this next scene, we really see a dramatic shift, right, in Alex's romantic life. He is publicly humiliated. He gets dumped by his girlfriend, Kathy. And it's not pretty at all.
Okay, so picture this. We're back on campus with Alex. Out of nowhere, his girlfriend, Kathy, dumps him for a wealthier student, this guy named Billy. And she doesn't just dump him, right? She adds insult to injury by, like, throwing this phone that he bought her back at him.
Oh, wow.
Right in front of everyone.
Ouch.
Right.
Talk about brutal.
How much more obvious can you be?
Talk about how social status can just completely override genuine affection.
Yeah.
Her actions, Kathy's actions really speak volumes about how strong that pressure is to climb that social ladder, even if it means sacrificing genuine connections along the way.
It's true, and it's like she's totally forgotten about all the times that Alex was there for her financially, emotionally. Like, she's just blinded by the allure of Billy's wealth and, the social standing that comes with it.
Yeah, absolutely. It really highlights how fleeting social currency can be, right? Like, 1 minute you're the reliable boyfriend, you're the one that's always there for them. The next minute, you're basically disposable.
Yeah.
Just because someone with more money enters the picture.
Yeah, and to make matters even worse, Kathy and Billy, they rub salt in the wound by very openly flaunting their new couple status and mocking Alex's background, like his family's working class.
Wow, okay, so they're really piling it on.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it's classic, I think, It's just status anxiety, fueling this like
It's a
completely insensitive behavior. Like they need to constantly validate their own position at the expense of someone they supposedly cared about.
Yeah, it's sad. It really is. But there is a little glimmer of hope here in the form of their classmate, Emma. She calls Kathy out on her shallowness.
Yeah, Emma.
Right.
Finally someone says it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like a voice of reason.
Yeah.
You know, this stark contrast
Yeah.
to that materialistic frenzy that's got a hold of Billy and Kathy.
Oh, yeah.
Like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, she reminds Kathy of all the times that Alex helped her out.
Yeah.
Subtly highlighting the things that really matter.
Right. Like kindness,
Yeah.
loyalty,
Yeah.
genuine care,
All the important stuff.
all the good stuff.
Yeah.
That really matters.
Exactly.
So
That's a good point, though, yeah?
it is a good point. It's a good point.
It really is it's like a roller coaster ride, right? Of social dynamics.
Totally.
1 minute, Alex is, being treated like royalty back there at the bank. The next minute, he's being publicly humiliated.
Yeah.
For not having a trust fund.
Right.
Like for just being a normal guy. So it makes you think, what is it that really defines what our worth is in a society that's so obsessed with status and all that stuff and possessions, It's the question, isn't it? And Insta Millionaire does not shy away from that tension at all.
Not at all?
Not at all. Like we see how easily people are swayed just by appearances, how quickly those loyalties can shift. When there's even a hint of an imbalance of wealth.
Yeah.
And it's disturbing, but it's real.
So where does all of this leave Alex? I mean, he's experienced both sides now.
Right.
The allure of the wealth, but also the sting of betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
So will he? Will he hold on to his values?
Yeah, will those survive?
Or will he just become, another jaded cynic?
Right. Will he use this new power for good? Or will he be tempted by revenge?
Right.
I need to know.
Right. And it makes you think, like, if you were suddenly thrown into a spot.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
What would you do? Would you even recognize yourself after a while?
It's just a scary thought.
Or would you just be like, well, this is me now. This is who I am.
Yeah.
Insta Millionaire, I think, gives us this peek into the psychology of wealth and how it can be both empowering,
right,
but also corrupting.
Yeah. It's that double-edged sword.
Absolutely.
Right.
For sure.
It reminds me that it's not about, the size of your bank account, right? Mm-hmm. It's about the strength of your character.
Yeah, yeah.
And that, facing adversity, can really show us who we really are.
Nicely put. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So big thanks to Insta Millionaire for inspiring today's deep dive, right?
Absolutely.
And to all of you listening out there, we're going to leave you with this. If you were suddenly, rolling in dough, would it change you as a person? Or would it just be like, an amplified version of who you already are? Something to think about. Until next time on The Deep Dive.